wir sind heute bei 2K und haben uns gerade WWE2K15 angeschaut. Hier ist der Bryce Brand Director von 2K, und wir werden uns mal ein bisschen unterhalten über das Spiel. So we just played it, and what are like the key features of the game?
This year's the first year that WWE is on next gen. So top to bottom, it's going to be a much better game, right? So the top features in the game, besides the fact it's first time on next gen, so it's going to look amazing, is that there is a career mode. So my career is in the game this year. So that's the most popular game mode in NBA every single year, and also it's what our fans told us they wanted in WWE more than anything. So for the first time, there's my career mode, which is great because people can replicate a WWE career. You start in the Performance Center, you work your way up into NXT, and then onto the main roster. So it's a great single-player story mode called the Showcase as well. There's a great creation suite, as there always is, and fans who have played the game over the years will see a lot of their favorite modes back in the game as well.
You just told us about the drill instructor that you referred to the, what have you said?
In the Performance Center, yeah, Bill DeMott is his name, but he plays his role is kind of like he's like the drill sergeant of the school. Like if you're playing in the game, you can hear him giving you instructions during the play. But yeah, he's in real life. That's what his role is in WWE in their developmental system. So he's in the game as well.
So how are these roles working in the game? Can I basically choose what kind of guy I want to be?
Yeah, it's really cool because in the career mode, it's totally up to the player how you want your career to play out. But not just you win a match here or there, but you shape it by the decisions that you make. So you can shape your persona, your personality, right, based on you more of a good guy, or are you more of a bad guy? Are you going to cheat when the ref's not looking? Are you going to do some dastardly things to other wrestlers, or it's totally up to you though. So it's fully customizable, and the game builds itself around you and the choices that you make.
And I think when I played, it was the fans are reacting to you, right? Like if you do this, what is it called? This where we basically kick someone in his balls, and then they're boo and those kind of stuff. And they also have transparent posters, and they write stuff basically based on what you do on it. Yeah.
So depending on what you do is going to determine your character and how the fans react to you, right? So if you're going to slap someone in the face or hit them from behind when they're not watching, they might boo you a bit more, or if you're going to play to the crowd, do a lot of cool wrestling moves, then maybe they'll cheer you more. But depending on how you do it, if you're having a great match, the crowd comes alive, they get on their feet, they start moving around, cameras start going off. If they're bored by what they're seeing, just like in a real wrestling crowd, they'll be very quiet and not really move around a lot. So yeah, the crowd definitely reacts to the player and how the player is having the match.
And you basically did this basically the first time where you did a full 3D face scan of all wrestlers, right?
Yeah, it's the first time that the WWE talent, so the superstars, legends, the divas, it's the first time we've been able to bring the face scanning tech that started for the first time last year in NBA. And then since then, the technology's gotten a lot better. So we've brought that over to WWE. So it maps out every detail of their bodies, their facial structure, their expressions, smile lines, crow's feet, there's every little detail that makes, The Rock, or John Cena, John Cena. So it's it perfectly maps their bodies out. So it's good. That's why the game looks so great this year.
Was it easier with The Rock to do this than other because he's an actor?
It's funny, different talent, right? Different WWE superstars or legends, or some of them are actually they've all been great, because what they do is they go into a booth, right? And it's a booth that's it's made of 64 different cameras, and they're all tuned and aligned perfectly to capture the detail. But they make faces, right? So it's okay, give us a smiley face, give us say cheese, or scream. You get a variety of emotions from all the guys, and they're all pretty good about it. Sometimes some of them get a little shy when you tell them to make a big smile, But they've all been great.
And Dukes in Japan now, they basically work together with the team that made NBA 2K14 or also 15.
Yeah, so Visual Concepts, they've been making NBA for a long time, and they've really, come close to perfecting a great sports game there, right? Not just how it plays, and how it looks, but the overall presentation has been amazing, right? So now they're working with you because they're bringing the strengths that they have along with the wrestling expertise that Ukes has, and they bring them together so that we have the best strengths from each side working on this game.
Like what can you learn then basically from basketball that you can use in the WWE?
Yeah, like so in NBA, for instance, right? The things that are great, like great commentary, great audio. A lot of those guys are working on WWE now also. And some guys have moved from NBA to WWE also. So they bring their expertise in commentary, audio design, right, and execution. They bring the presentation overall. If you look at the menu flow this year, it's just so much better than what we've had in prior years. It's so much cleaner. You can get into the game a lot quicker. So just a lot of strengths that are applicable from just one great game to another.
And I think in the US it's like the WWE is very famous, and I think like in Germany it's always a bit, well, kind of conservative. Like there's always this kind of thing that especially a lot of general press would probably say it's just punching in the face for show. Like what would you tell them?
I mean, WWE is very open about the fact that they are entertainment, right? They're entertainment versus sport, right? So with WWE, it's always just about giving people a good show and making people leave happy. So yeah, it's definitely not athletic competition, but there's a lot of great athletics that are part of the show, right? Those guys are really, really great athletes, but they're all working together to create a great story that's being told in a ring. Yeah.
Like how's that working in development? Because like some of those developers basically also wrestlers, or how do you do that? Like because it's like, well, it's kind of a bit like a magician, right? Like what they do basically.
Yeah, you definitely need fans working on the game. Like the guys who work on the game are all big fans because it's not like a fighting game straight up, right? It is about telling a story, and what makes for a good wrestling match is not who wins. It's like how you get there, right? So you definitely need people who know wrestling extremely well working on the project.
Okay. Gut, das war's. Das war WWE2K15 hier in München. Thank you.